All right, welcome to DeanBodi Show. DeanBodi Show. Hey everybody, what's going on? How's it going? Holy moly, what's happening? Thursday, what a day. And who's the good girl? Good girl Bodi, good girl Bodi. She's the best girl in the world, oh yeah. DeanBodi.com, 800-878-9698, Bodi Hotline, Fun Line, call the Bodi line, say something nice to Bodi, Fun Line, Super Duper Line. Oh yeah, she's waiting for you. Hey look man, it's the new year. She wants to hear something positive as we're moving forward through this, treachery terrain or whatever you want to call it, through the bumps and the hurdles, over the speed bumps and through the woods, up the flagpole, down the path, across the river, through the snow, up over the mountain, down into the valley, and through the mud, walking across sharp glass, jumping over the high wall, going over the barbed wire fence, and making it home okay. That's how we do it over here, DeanBodi. So DeanBodi.com, we got the links on there. I want to get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. The other link will get you over to the social, the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. Check out the whole catalog, man. We're zooming and cruising and flying and rolling. And, hey, listen, we're coming at you daily. Remember, DeanBodi, because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly, but sometimes it's going to be a bi-daily, tri-daily, or on a special occasion like today, quad-daily. Okay, we're coming at you though, don't worry. And you can always forewind us and rewind us and put us in your hip pocket and put your earbuds in and at the gym and take a little break from the day and the stress and listen to DeanBodi Show. That's how we're going to roll. And let me tell you, man, a lot going on over here. Today is supposed to be, according to my sidekick, Alexa, National Pet Dress-Up Day. Let me tell you something about pet dress-up. Or, as she said earlier, it was kind of cute. She was like, or, as the pet would say, can we hurry up and get this day over with day? Because Bodi does not like dressing up at all. Bodi is not wearing any kind of costume for Halloween. Bodi knows that she has the most beautiful Shiba Inu creamy fur that was ever invented by the Shiba Inu gods that could ever be bestowed upon a beautiful white wolf that I have living with me. And that being said, I've tried the costumes and, Mr. Human over here thinks it's going to be cute. Oh, I know what we'll do this Halloween. I'll make Bodi look like a giant, tree frog. This costume I got from PetSmart. I thought it was going to be adorable. And I'm strapping it on Bodi, and you got to put her arms through the shirt area, the top, and you're strapping this thing on. This little thing goes on the top of her head, and she's looking at me like, are you serious? Number one, there's no way I'm leaving the house looking like this. Number two, I can't move in it. Number three, take it off. Bring it back, get your money back, and get me some treats that I really like. So, oh my gosh, I even tried being out here in Dallas, Texas. Sometimes when in Rome kind of thing, and got her the Dallas Cowboy shirt. And I'm a Dolphin fan, but it's not easy finding Dolphin gear around here. But anyway, while I was walking around the PetSmart, Petco, or wherever, all the Dallas stuff is out there on the racks and everything. It's an easy grab. The Cowboy game was on that day. Let's do it. Hey, we'll walk her to the dog park. We'll have our Dallas t-shirt on. I put this Cowboy t-shirt on her. We walked out the front door. 2 steps, she looks at me like, take this thing off. It's chafing my underarm. I can't move my shoulders. And number one, I'm a Dolphin fan too, so get it off. So anyway, that's my dress up the pet story. Bodi ain't having none of it. So when Alexa said, hurry up and let's get this day over with day, as far as the dog's concerned, or whatever pet that you have, true story over here, big time. I see some of these people walking around the dogs with the sweaters and all these things. It's got shoes on and all this stuff. What's going on with all that? So, anyways, funny stuff, man. And, oh, wow. Things that you get from your wonderful assistant. If you don't have an ALEXA at home, you got to get one. Get the Echo Dot. It's not even expensive. It's a blast having it around. And you can attach it to your TV and blah, blah, blah. Even though I'm having issues with my little attachment, it does what it needs to do on other stuff. Plays music, says good morning, does these other things, anything you need to know, you know. For example, speaking of things you need to know, I make this drink in the morning, all right? And basically what you're doing is giving your little liver kidneys a little jump start. Say, hey, liver kidney, good morning. I'm going to flush you out a little bit. Here's a little concoction and get you a little bit tuned up and a little bit rocking and rolling. What do you say? So I started doing that. That's something I should have been doing a long time ago. All right, but my point is, I get myself a nice glass of water, normal glass. How many ounces are you using? Whatever, 8 ounce, 6 ounce, 10 ounce, a glass, okay? With purified water. Put some lemon juice in there. Now you either have the fresh lemon squeezer or at least get the organic lemon juice because it's not as processed, it's not heated up and put through another few cycles of a regimen like some of the squeezy real lemon or fake lemon stuff that's kind of lemon but not really is put through more process. So you don't get the vitamin C. It's not as dialed in when it comes to the minerals and things. So when you're going to make that other choice, if you don't want to have fresh squeezed all the time, fresh is better, at least get the organic. So you get the glass of water, you get the lemon juice, boom, you put a couple tablespoons of that in there. I just tip it into the glass, give it a nice chug. You know what a couple tablespoons is. These people that get on there with the little measuring everything. Seriously? Come on. Oh, God forbid you put 3 tablespoons of the lemon juice instead of the 2. Oh, no. Come on, you know what it is. 1 chug and you're good. Get the ACV. Oh, that's a fancy way of saying apple cider vinegar. Yeah, ACV. See some of these gurus on YouTube using abbreviations to make them sound cooler. It doesn't work, but I'm doing it today. ACV. So you got the water, the lemon juice, the ACV, and I take a little pinch of Himalayan pink salt. Boom, I'll throw that in there, give it a little stir with the tablespoon, and just drink it down. Yeah, a full glass, drink it all the way down, and stop, and maybe you want to stand still for a second, make sure nothing breaks loose. There's no leakages in parts of your body. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a nice way to get get yourself dialed in, get the liver and kidney dialed in while you're on the empty stomach to start things off the right way. It does not break your fast, by the way, those things I just mentioned, so you're good to go. Coffee does not break your fast. As I just mentioned, the lemon juice, the apple cider vinegar, the water, even the sparkling water does not break your fast. But if you start doing like the MCT oil and introducing some fats, that's a different story, okay? So you want to stay, if you're going through your fasting or intermittent fasting things, stay with the things that you're getting a little cleansing, you're getting some good important minerals, and you can take some supplements while you're going through that process, which I am today. By Tuesday and Thursday, we got to get into that 16-hour to 20-hour window right in there to tap into the autophagy. This is what I'm learning. It's not as hard as it was in the beginning. The body's using fats for energy now. It's starting to get dialed in. I'm going through a process over here with the adrenal gland insufficiency from getting off of that crazy steroid at the end of November. And I got a ways to go on that road for that thing to fully recover. And we're rebuilding with the keto and into ketosis. And we're doing all these things until I become keto adapted, which is a process also. I'm coming off the meds for this crazy gout flare-ups that I was having and trying to get this body dialed in for the long term. Man, am I frustrated, but we got to stay on it. I got the left foot that was hurting me like crazy yesterday. The right one usually had been the problem. Now the left foot started to hurt just every joint, the whole foot, and things were aching and joint pain all over my body kind of thing. Like, what's going on? I'm just so kind of exhausted from, I've never had any long-term chronic pain for months straight, 24/7, 365. Those of you that have had chronic pain at a high level for like years in your life, military, things like this, or bad accident, or as the story goes, bravo to you. Bravo, because I can relate to you more now. I'm 57. I've been through some things in my life and, injuries and stuff like that, but nothing this long. This is really a life disrupting situation. This messes with your sleep. And as you know, your body heals when it rests. It rejuvenates when it sleeps. And when you don't get quality sleep and quality rest, let me tell you, your body's not healing the way it should. And it's an aggravating thing. And it's amazing what you can tolerate when you get used to it. You start to kind of shut it off after a while. You start to you start to get used to something that it's a shame you got to get used to it, but you kind of do. Taking some supplements to help me sleep at night. I got the Bulletproof guy's got his little sleep aid with the melatonin and things like that. I got the magnesium before I go to bed, help me dial it in, and it's helping. It is. So it's not as intense as it was, and we're getting down the road. We're scratching meds off the list, and no more colchicine, and no more Medrol pack, and no more we're just doing that Uloric, that long-term one, until my body just gets adapted, keto adapted, and it starts functioning better when I can cross that off the list. The crazy thing is everything's got side effects. Every medication is a double-edged sword. But you do things short-term mindset, have the short-term mindset, doing the right things dietary-wise, nutrition-wise, and you might go through getting worse before you get better. You might have some more pain before things calm down as these medications throw your body for a loop. As you're trying to fix one thing, another thing can happen. That's why it long-term is never a good idea. Your poor liver and kidney have to filter out these synthetic drugs. It's not good long-term because they can break down. Kidney failure is number one in the country from all the meds people are on. You got people that are on 12, 15, 20 medications for decades. And you get brain fog, and you get brain meltdown, and things start to break down, and the list goes on, you guys. And I'm just trying to give you a little bit of heads up on that. And all these meds have side effects. So we're doing this regimen, and I'm trying to navigate myself through this to where I'm not limping around and I got to walk Bodi until I come out of this other thing and try to get this keto thing dialed in. I'm not even sure if it's going to work. But I got to give it 100%. I got to be full on and go through it. If something gets worse before it gets better, part of the process, even with the keto, some of the doctors are on YouTube saying it starts to move the crystals around, the all of these uric acid crystals and things like that, moving them around in the joints, and you start feeling them in different areas as your body starts to bathe more in ketones, and it has the ability to start flushing this stuff out better. Your kidneys start functioning better so it can flush out the extra uric acid and the extra purines, which are not the problem. Your body makes its own and makes way more than you could ever ingest by eating food and all that stuff. And it kind of resorbs 50% of it, the kidneys do. Why would it do that if it was so dangerous or whatever? Look, so it's some food for thought. You got to put a little common sense in. The main thing is you got to go through the process so you have a personal life experience. So that's what this podcast is all about. Personal life experiences that me and Bodi want to share with you on a daily basis, or bi-daily, tri-daily, or once in a while it's a quad-daily if we're going through a little rough spot. But we're not going to really go any further than that, hopefully ever again. That being said, the numbers are going up every day. We love you out here, DeanBodi. Thank you so much. Don't forget to click the like. Don't forget to ring that notification bell. You don't want to miss any of these shows. Why? Because these are real shows. A nice 5-star rating and review on the podcast would be awesome. If you got an opportunity, give that algorithm a good kick in the in the toches. Share the podcast with a friend, and you'll be helping things along a little bit as we're moving down the road with this show. You know, what else did I want to bring up? Yeah, hey, look, if you like what's going on over here, consider subscribing. We're not going nowhere. DeanBodi, and Bodi's not dressing up on National Bad Dress Up Day. She already informed me, ain't happening. So you can give me a little comb and a spritz and some treats that I love. That would be good, and we can walk around the neighborhood. We went on one long walk already today. Bodi is my rehab. They call her Bodi, faster than lightning. No one but she can make me happy. They call her Bodi, faster than lightning. No one but she could do this to me. Bodi is the greatest. And let me tell you, if it wasn't for her, I would be sitting around like a nut, not doing nothing, and things that don't move. You know what things that don't move are? They're dead. Bodi keeps things moving. You gotta move. You gotta keep things moving. Things that move are alive. Way to go, Bodi. You're the greatest of all time. So, did I tell you how much I love Bodi? She's the good girl, Bodi. She's the best girl in the world, oh yeah. The good girl, Bodi, yeah. The best girl in the world, oh yeah. DeanBodi.com. 800-878-9698, Bodi Hotline, Fun Line. Call it, say something cool, say a little riddle, a little joke, a little pun. Do a little short story. Say something that's going on in your life. You want us to give us our 2, 3, 4, 5 cents worth? We'd be happy to. Do a little sing-along. We'll sing it with ya. That's what we do over here, DeanBodi. Your voice is way better than mine, and we love to do a little, not really a duet, you and me, but we call it a triad, because Bodi's going to join in, and that's how we do it over here. So, let's see what's going on over here, DeanBodi. We got some things to talk about today, and we don't want to shortchange anybody, DeanBodi. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, my oh my, what a wonderful day. There's plenty of sunshine is coming our way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. Da-da-dee, da-da, zippity-da-ba-da-ba-da, zippity-doo-dah. Happy birthday, Logan, yesterday. Turned 17 years old yesterday on the lucky number 13. Oh my gosh. Hey, listen, Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino, number 13, by the way. And but anyway, hope you had a great birthday. Big happy birthday from DeanBodi Show out to my nephew Logan, 17 years old. Oh my gosh, what was I doing then? Man, that's when you get your car. That's when you're doing your thing. That's when you're in high school and you're doing whatever. And I don't know, you got your little part-time job and you're coming home smelling like garlic from working at the pizzeria. That's what you do. You go to Grand Prix Racerama with all your buddies in my 71 Le Mans or my friend Eddie's white van, and you go down there and get kicked off the go-kart track. That's what you do when you're 17, baby. All right. Anyways, man, awesome, Logan. And just keep doing what you're doing because you're the greatest. Okay, so just a dash of turmeric. We had a wimpy snowfall, by the way. Very disappointing with the snowfall the other day. I thought it was going to be a big boom, and it never happened. Bodi's Labs came back, I'm going to tell you, and we'll go from there. Google how long. Okay, so too much of a good thing sometimes. I'm making my morning drink, and I'm like, I got the lemon, I got the fresh water, I got the ACV in there. I put a little Himalayan pink salt, and I'm like, you know what? Because we're trying to do as many anti-inflammatory things as possible. Oh, by the way, if you're going to eat something or shovel something in your pie hole today, ask yourself this simple question before you do. Is this inflammatory or is it anti-inflammatory? If it's inflammatory, you might want to choose something else, because staying in the anti-inflammatory lane is where you want to be. Okay, so I decided to make my new fancy drink that I do in the morning to give the liver and kidney a little jump start, right? And I put a couple dashes of turmeric in there, all right? This whole thing with the curcumin or whatever they call it, the turmeric, very anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, whatever. So I mixed that in there, and as I'm walking Bodi outside, as soon as I got outside the front door, 2 steps, brrr, and it came right up. I don't mean like projectile, but that one added thing I decided to fortify my already cleansing drink. It was a little bit too much of a good thing, and the acid reflux kind of came back up, and it was like, okay, the turmeric dash was a little bit much. Let's go back to the original formula. So anyway, sometimes too much of a good thing is exactly that. Bodi's lab work came back. We went Saturday to get her labs done. She's going through this allergy thing. We want to find out if there's anything underlying to make sure that Bodi is good. All systems are cool. So anyway, long story short, they didn't have the results. Well, I think I took her on Friday. They were supposed to have the results in on Saturday. And he goes, I usually call at the end of the day, Saturday. I think they're done around noon. They called me. Labs were not done. So I'm kind of sweating it out through the weekend, wondering what's going on. I don't want her to have any kind of health problems, of course. I'm going through my own. I want to take care of her. The allergy thing, the skin thing is one thing, which we'll get to the bottom of. So Monday comes, and they call me. I missed the call. They left me a message saying that all of her lab work was perfectly normal. Oh, yeah, Bodi. Of course they are. Come on, who's the best girl in the world? She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah, the good girl, Bodi. Yeah, the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah, good girl, Bodi. So they came back normal. And when I saw the message on my phone, it leaves that text kind of thing that you can read. Sometimes the spelling on every word is not there. But I got the gist of it. But I wanted to call, make sure I was reading it right and hear it, that everything's cool. So she's still on the antibiotics. We don't need any infection while we're waiting for this appointment on the 12th of March with the doggy dermatologist so we can really get honed in on what's going on with this folliculitis thing. And we're going to figure it out, mark my words. So Bodi, we can live more comfortably, and we don't have to go through this every season or whatever's going on as she's getting older and body's changing, man. We're on top of it, but the lab work is normal. Awesome, Bodi. They call her Bodi, Bodi, faster than lightning. No one but she can make me happy. They call her Bodi, Bodi, faster than lightning. No one but she can do this to me. Love my Bodi. So that was kind of cool to hear. And let me tell you, man, you sweat it out. Just like you sweat out your own lab work. They make you wait 5 days so they can just tell you, hey, it's okay. It's just dermatitis. Oh, well, thanks for telling me it was 1,000 things. It could be 1,000 things and making me sweat for 5 days for crying out loud. So, what else we got going on over here, DeanBodi? Man, we're having a great day today over here, doing all kinds of stuff. I had to do this last year SBA loan for small business loan when the pandemic first hit, when everybody freaked out, as I was freaking out. What am I going to do if the job stops or whatever? How am I going to pay my rent and all that? So I had to make a move. It's got to be paid back. But I had to make a move so I can pay my rent for if I had to for a year while I figure things out. So that's going on. But after a year went by, I don't know, it's been probably just about that, almost. I get a call from a lady, and all of a sudden, she's going to parachute into my life requesting all these documents. And you have your articles of incorporation and all the zippity-doo-dah. And can you write us a letter saying that you had a meeting and so can sign this and sign that. And make sure you sign it and date it. And you put your tax ID on there. Oh, hey, how are Bodi, welcome to my life. You know? All of a sudden now they're freaking out. Why didn't you ask for all this stuff before you gave me the money? Anyway, I'm running around today doing some of this stuff. Now I get to get some additional business insurance to satisfy what they want. So thanks for lending me money so I could spend that money on more insurance. This is the way the world is, you know? You don't give the money out first and then ask for all, I don't know, maybe that's their business model, okay? So you get aggravated for a couple days, you get it done. You know, you get your accountant that you get along with, you get your business attorney that you get along with, you put your little team around you, your tax accountant, in case something a little bit more serious happens that you need a real guy to really get things dialed in case, which is better than the regular accountant. Have these people on speed dial, okay? So, I mean, you know, just like we got a nice vet for Bodi, and now we're going to have a good doggy dermatologist for Bodi. We're fortifying our team. I have a medical doctor. We butted heads, but you need somebody to order tests. You need somebody in case you need some crisis care. You need that going on, and you're never going to find the perfect one. That being said, he's a team member. This is how we do it, and you know, that's what we're doing. So, just like today, I went over to the mail shipping more. We got Kyle over there who does the faxing, the scanning, the emailing, all this stuff. And he's gold. He's a team member. Oh, yeah. So let's see what else we got going on here, man. The twist-off caps with the... Oh, man. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. In the previous one, before we wrap things up. So... I got these fat waters from Bulletproof. Love them. Pineapple flavor, grapefruit, lemon. They're really good. And they got MCT oil in them. I mean, who comes up with this unless you're just one of these geeky brain dudes? Nice going, Bulletproof guy. They taste really good, and they keep you in the keto. But the caps have these, like, lines on them for grip, you know, to undo the cap. They're ripping my skin apart. I mean, do we really got to make these kinds of things that you open so sharp? So I got to get a bath towel to wrap around this thing to undo it so it doesn't, like, slice me open like a chainsaw. Craziness, all right? So I wanted to tell you about that. This lime buildup I got on my faucet. The lime buildup, whatever, calcium yuck on there, hard water, impossible to get off of, annoying, okay? So you see these things, lime remover, lime calcium remover. I thought calcium was good. Now in this situation, it happens to be bad. What is lime anyway? I mean, you put a lime in your Corona, or you squeeze it on your taco, or whatever it is, or you make limeade out of it, and all of a sudden lime, why are you calling it lime? You know? So I got to get this lime calcium spray, which I got the other day. I haven't used it yet, so I can go around and start spraying some of these spots. Who comes up with all this stuff? Lime, calcium. It's weird because you do these things in normal life, whether you ingest it as a health and nutritional product, and then you have it here in a cleanser that you would never drink down. But I guess it's a lime remover, calcium remover. It's still, the name and the switcheroo in the name plays games with your brain. Not good. What was the other thing I had here? I got fun stuff on here, man, today. Oh my gosh. And, the last episode with the 9 minutes. Oh my gosh, before we wrap things up today, and the importance of the healthy lemonade. Klutzy on keto. The last episode, now listen, I'm apologizing because at the end, and then we're talking about the podcast. We got the YouTube channel and we got the podcast. And before I start every episode, I have to delete in GarageBand the previous one and I start a fresh one. You probably don't have to, but this is the way I do it. So I delete it. I mean, I did not delete it this time, and I was wondering, this is when I came in from the freezing snow day. I'm all excited about the snow. I'm not paying attention to the garage band settings. I'm just getting into it with all of my winter gear on. And I was wondering why the equalizer, or whatever you want to call it, the controls were already preset. I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. It's already dialed in for me like I usually have it. Maybe because I've done it so many times that it's automatically happening now without thinking that that's not really what happens. So the episode, I recorded it over the previous episode, and the previous episode was about 9 minutes longer than the one that I was doing. So at the end of the last Paper Towel Smackdown one, the previous episode that was 9 minutes longer was tacked on to the end. So if you're listening to the podcast and you heard me say, DeanBodi.com, oh yeah, one time, and then 9 minutes later go through a few things that I said on the previous episode, which, hey, listen, the podcast gods thought it was necessary to be repeated. There was some gems in there. And you heard another DeanBodi.com, oh yeah, at the end. You got a little bonus. So if you'll see the podcast, there's 2 episodes, the last 2 in a row have the same time on there. That's what happened. But we like the rough edges over here, DeanBodi. We always tell you that. No editing over here. Oh, I could have done Fancy Schmancy and called up Mr. Fancy Schmancy and done the editing and make it all perfect and all that stuff. But that's not real life. We go from A to Z, we put it in the can, and that's how we do it. I watch some of these Newsmax things on YouTube, these news guys. You can see the editing. Every second is like a glitch, a bleep, or whatever. And you don't get the real half of the story, and they're making all these changes. Settle down. You know, Mr. and Mrs. I'm trying to be perfect. It's not the way the world is. So this is how we do it. This is why we want you to call 800-878-9698. Leave your little sing-along, say your little zippity-doo-dah, and we'll do it with you because we like your rough edges. That's the best part of you. Okay? So that's the whole thing with the 9-minute thing. And this whole klutzy on keto, as I'm going through this transformation, my coordination, for lack of a better term, sucks. I'm tripping over stuff. I'm dropping things. I'm like, what is going on? I'm missing my kind of throw it behind your back and catch it with your left and juggle it on your feet for a minute and do your little skippy up before you leave the house. Where is this guy? I'm going through this whole uncoordinated, getting myself dialed in again. So that's been a little, I'm calling it klutzy on keto. You know, it's crazy. Hey, Millie. Yeah. You hear what he said on the keto? He's feeling really klutzy, stumbling around and dropping stuff, and that was happening to you, wasn't it? Yeah, I know it was happening to me. I don't know, your energy is a little bit weird, and I was tripping over stuff and dropping things and breaking dishes and stuff, but you'll come out of it, DeanBodi. Just keep with it and stick with it. Keep going, DeanBodi. All right, DeanBodi. So, klutzy on keto. It's going to happen. You're sluggish, you're this, you're that, energy's down, all of these things. You're going through a transformation. What a project. Everything is such a project, but this is how you learn. We're going to find out one way or the other. It's either going to be back to the urgent care, or we're going to come out the other side and we're going to fly like a bird, baby. And that's the plan. Bodi, we're going through our thing. Her labs came back, everything perfectly normal. We're going to get her dialed in with the doggy dermatologist, and she's going to fly like a bird with me, and we're going to keep running around the neighborhood and doing DeanBodi like we know how to do it. Bodi keeps me rolling. Bodi keeps me moving and walking. Bodi was running around the neighborhood today. She does this little move that's way too adorable. As we're walking, and she loves the cold air, we were out about midnight last night, and she looks back and takes her right arm up in the air and waves me on like, come on. I'm totally not kidding. She does it. It's way too wild. Did I tell you how much I love Bodi? They call her Bodi, Bodi, faster than lightning. No one but she can make me happy. They call her Bodi, Bodi, faster than lightning. No one but she can make me happy. Oh yeah, Bodi. Okay, so before we go, because we're on a roll today, and while we're tapping into some of this stuff, the tumbler, the lemonade and the electrolytes. Listen, man, that pretty much dials us in here. You're drinking that lemon water, I told you, that healthy lemonade. You got to get your electrolytes in. The importance of the electrolytes, your calcium and your chlorides and your magnesium and, your potassium, all of these things, and your trace minerals that you get from other things like your selenium and all these other fun stuff that you get from foods and all the stuff and supplementation to keep yourself dialed in. It's important, So don't forget about that. What you're actually doing, everything has a purpose. That's what's kind of cool about doing what I'm doing. I'm finding out that I'm really not eating enough. You start to get a little creeped out with food on this. You got to be careful. As you get older, more protein is probably necessary for me, as I'm hearing and finding out new things. I'm not eating enough of that. So, and then you're like scared of the protein. I misspoke a little bit there, but hey, scared's kind of a fun word. The protein because of the gout flare up. So you're like bobbing and weaving. You're bobbing and weaving through. You're like a Pac-Man flying around. You don't want to get eaten up by the monster and get to the end to where all the celebration happens. That's all I'm saying. So, come on. And that's how we're doing it over here, DeanBodi. Let's see what we got over here. Little fireworks show for all of you out there, DeanBodi. The DeanBodsters. Hey, Alexa, what's the joke of the day?
Today I have a horse joke. When do lazy horses refuse to run? Whenever they canter.
When do lazy horses refuse to run? Whenever they canter. Oh, nice one. Gotta love my sidekick, Alexa. Listen, I hope you're having a great day out there. And we're coming at you. We're rebuilding. Bodi's rebuilding. We're going through our stuff. Thanks so much. The numbers are going up every day. Thank you out there. Hey, Portugal, thank you. Chile, thank you. We got Australia on board. The United Kingdom and Canada is climbing up the charts again. And we got Spain. And we got Istanbul. And, well, we had Israel for a little while. I haven't seen them in a little bit, but they're probably out there somewhere. And, we really appreciate it. We're tapping into all these things, and it's really a blast. And we're going to keep coming at you. Hope you're enjoying the show. And I hope you have a great rest of your day today. We're going to be coming at you. Have an awesome day. DeanBodi.com. Oh, yeah.